Hello boys and girls, welcome to our first virtual journal lesson at home together. So, everybody, I hope you have your journals out in front of you. Make sure you turn to the next page that has your blank lines for your name and a white blank page to get started with our writing. So let's just review. Yesterday, I read you a book called Honk Honk Goose, because remember the sound that geese make? Honk, 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 right? I read you the book Honk Honk Goose, and we learned a lot about how geese take care of their babies and how Daddy Goose makes sure that nobody hurts the eggs that Mama Goose is keeping warm, and how he keeps those babies safe once they crack out of their eggs. You guys also got to watch a really cute video today about the differences between ducks and geese, and I really liked that. I hope you enjoyed it too. So anyway, guess what we are going to draw today? A goose. So make sure you have your crayons available in your resource folder. There should be a little pack of crayons that we use in our classroom, so you can get those out and make sure that you're careful with them. The first crayon I want you to pick up is your black crayon, okay? So once you are ready, hold it up so I know. Okay, so the first part of a goose's body that we are going to draw is the middle of his body, because that's a great place to start. So remember, we're going to do my turn, your turn, my turn first. I'm going to go to the middle of my journal page. Is this the middle? No, that's the top. Is this the middle? No, that's the bottom. Is this the middle? Yes, that's the middle. So watch what I do. I'm going to make a big curve. Keep going. So that kind of looks like a circle or even an oval. Let's see if you can do that. Your turn. Go ahead. All right. Good job. Okay, now what we're going to do, this is probably the trickiest part of our goose. Now remember in the video, they said one of the differences between a duck and a goose was its long, curvy neck. We're going to try and make a curvy neck. Just do the very best that you can. Every goose, just like every person looks different, every goose looks different, and every goose's curvy neck is going to look different. So if yours looks a little different than mine, that's okay. Watch what I do. I'm going to start at the top of my goose's body, at the top of the circle. And I'm just going to make one curvy line, little line, another big curvy line. It almost looks like a rectangle. It's just a little bit curvy. Let's see if you can do that. Your turn. Go ahead. All right, good job. Yours probably doesn't look exactly like mine, but that's okay. It's your special goose. Now we're going to give our goose a head, and this part is pretty easy. We're just going to make another circle, so watch what I do. I'm going to go to the top of his neck, because our head is at the top of our neck. So watch this. I'm just going to make another circle, another big curve. Keep going. Stop. All right, your turn. Let's see what you can do. Okay, now we're going to make some of the parts of the goose's head. So first of all, let's see, how many eyes do you think a goose has? 2 eyes, right? Now, if my goose was facing sideways, I would only see 1 eye. But you know what? Let's keep this simple. We're just going to put 2 eyes on the front of our goose's face. So you go ahead and make 2 eyes on your goose. Now, just for fun, I'm going to put my black crayon down and I am going to pick up my orange crayon. We are going to give our goose a beak or a nose. A goose's nose looks different than ours, doesn't it? Ours is kind of squishy and soft. A goose's nose is kind of hard. We call it a beak. So watch what I do. I am going to make a triangle. So let's see. How about this? To make this easy, let's just start at the side of our circle and make a big line. Oops, a big line out and a big line in. You can't see my orange very well, but I'm going to color that in. And let's see if I can go over that with maybe my red. Let's see if that works better. That way you can see. Oh, that looks pink. So give your goose a beak. Can you see that now? Just make it pointy. Okay, let's pick up that black crayon again, okay? Does everybody have their beak on their goose? Now we are going to slide down to the bottom of our goose and give our goose 2 legs. Because that's how many legs we have too, right? And remember, the legs help the goose stand and walk and, most importantly, swim. So I'm going to make one big line at the bottom of the goose and another big line at the bottom of the goose. So go ahead and give your goose 2 legs. Now, instead of giving our goose 5 toes like we have, I'm just going to give our goose, let's give them 3 toes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, can you do that? Now, we know that our goose swims, right? Does anybody remember what helps a goose swim? What do they have between their toes that helps them push the water and move faster when they're in the water? I'll give you a hint. We did this, we talked about this when we read the story about the beavers, remember? And remember we put our hand in the baggie and in the water and we made the water move fast when we had the baggie on our hand? Geese, just like beavers, have webbing between their toes, and that helps them move faster. So watch how I make webbing between my goose's toes. I'm just going to take a little line and connect it to one toe, and then make another little line and connect it to another toe. Let me do it on this foot too. I'm going to connect it, and then connect it. Can you do that? Can you give your goose some webbed feet? Okay. All right. And if you want to, you can even color your webbed feet in orange or yellow. It's up to you. You can't see my orange very well, but I'm going to use my orange and color the webbed feet in with some orange coloring, because that is fun. Try and stay within the lines if you can. Okay, now, get that black crayon again. We're going to do one more thing to our goose. We're going to give him a little tail feather. So watch what I do. I'm going to go to the back of my goose, and I'm just going to make a little line, little line, little line. What shape did I just make on the back of my goose? A triangle. So do your best. I know triangles aren't always the easiest shape to draw. It doesn't matter what your tail looks like as long as your goose has one. Alright, the last thing we're going to do with our picture is I want you to take your green crayon, and we have to give our goose food to eat, right? Does anybody remember from the video what geese like to eat? I'll give you a hint. What do you think I just drew? Can you see with my green crayon? Yep, grass. Geese like to eat grass, so go ahead and draw some little lines. Draw lots of little lines and give our geese, our goose, some food to eat. Okay, now when you're done, boys and girls, you have to write your name at the top of your journal page. And parents, if you want to help your child with this, that would be great. I did put some Handwriting Without Tears resources on the Google Classroom resource page or section. It'll give you the language, and it will also show you where we start with our letters so you can help your child. The way we normally do it is I will do one letter in gray and use the language, and then have your child use their black crayon and trace over the letter and use the same language, and we do it one letter at a time. So I thought I would pick a student today and show you how we write her name. You write your name, but this will just be an example for parents on how we do our name writing together. So I'm going to pick Grace's name today. Grace, it's your lucky day. So when we write Grace's name, we start at the top by the smiley face. So we know that we start on this side of our paper. And this is the space that we're going to write our name in. So Grace, this is how you will write your name today. So I'm going to start at the top, and I'm going to go big curve, little line up, little line across. Grace has a capital G in her name. The second letter in Grace's name is an R. So this is how we will make an R. If you have an R in your name, watch carefully because this is how you're going to make your R. Start at the top. Big line, froggy jump, ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Little curve, kick. It's a kicking letter. It's one of my favorites. Okay, so Grace also has a capital A in her name. If you have one in your name, watch this. Big line, little line. There's her capital A. Grace has a capital C in her name. This is a pretty easy letter to draw. You start at the top and make a big curve stop. One more letter, capital E. Once again, we're going to start at the top. Big line, froggy jump, ribbit, ribbit, back to the top. Little line on the top, little line in the middle, little line in the bottom. And that is how Grace writes her name. I hope you are writing your name with your parents and taking your time. Don't forget to froggy jump if you have some letters where you have to jump back to the top. Okay, well, it was fun working with you guys today. I can't wait to see you next time.